We are good to go. All right. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for October 8th, 2019. Qs down 1.44%, approaching 1.5%, and SPY also down just shy of 1.5%. Coming into today, neutral until we show on the hourly that we want to break down and we want to continue lower, and then we are all out bearish. So now on the hourly, we've gotten this sell setup. We're breaking underneath this area that we had put in yesterday. All out bearish. Okay, all out bearish on the Qs and SPY. Okay, so we got this yesterday. The daily sell setup. Let me just remove this line real quick. Getting in the way a little bit. And then we'll have a little bit of a cleaner chart there. Okay. And triggered the daily sell setup and then right back into now some support, but bearish remains, or bias remains bearish. Okay. We got this gap down, break underneath the base. Right, and now on the hourly, we are resuming the downtrend. It was a pretty strong pushback from the last time that we had an hourly downtrend and that we had a bearish bias. Okay, but as the market is settling down here into the close, going into tomorrow, all out bearish on the short term, and starting to see the longer term charts break. Weekly, monthly are starting to weaken, and daily is looking pretty bearish here. Okay, if you want to take a look at the IWM as well, the IWM actually looking the most bearish out of the Q SPY and IWM here. Looking at this monthly chart, putting in a lower high here and rounding over. Okay, so all out bearish going into tomorrow. All right, let's talk about today's plays. We had a nice kind of way to start the morning, a nice little play here to start the morning on the PBYI. It was a gap down first, gapping underneath the support there. I do like that a lot. And then right in the morning, we had a nice 1 minute sell setup. Okay, which got going right away. And then we got a retracement, played the retracement right underneath there. Okay, now if you saw the VWAP video, also you can saw that this kind of broke above just by a little bit. So I like that location for this little bit of retracement and then right back down. I don't use it as much in the morning because morning I'm more focused on the patterns themselves. Later in the afternoon, I use it to identify good pullback opportunities, but especially things that are not likely to move, things that are at equilibrium. So this though, 1 minute sell setup on the PBYI, 860 by 880, looking for 820 as the target. Okay, and we basically got there. We trailed a piece there, trailed another piece there, and then the last piece we trailed as it was kind of coming up. Looked like maybe the trend was over. I wasn't too happy with this trail. It was a little bit of a deviation from plan. I got a little bit impatient. You can see it did continue lower and even closing even weaker here. So I'm not too thrilled with the management, at least on the last piece. I do think that that deviation did cost me a bit. I know that because you know, I should have waited for the hourly, and the hourly actually should have trailed over this bar as opposed to getting out where we did. But the first two portions of the trade worked out pretty well. Okay, and so one thing that I did think I was very proud of to see in the room today, I think I was very proud of the room overall today. I just saw a lot of improvement on things and a lot of kind of good choices being made. I know someone who had missed that initial trade on that PBYI, right? We shorted it at 860. And the good thing too, the fill was good too. I didn't have any trouble getting filled on this. It came back up and did this sell setup here, retracement, similar to the play that we took on the 1 minute, and took this one instead and did well on it as well. And so that I was really happy to see, because I think it's easy for us, especially if you're in a room with a lot of other traders, that if you see someone take the play and, you know, there were other people in it with me who were kind of cheering the play, to feel like you missed out and feel like you want to give up, either find a different symbol or, you know, give up on the day. I've definitely talked to some traders in coaching who've given up on the day just because they felt like they missed out on some things. So that can be kind of frustrating, but to see someone stick with it, be patient enough for the next setup to play it and do well, I think is well deserved. Okay, so I thought very good job to keep your head in the game. I think it's easy, especially if you're in a room with a lot of other traders, a lot of traders talking about the profits that they made, or thanking me for whatever, calling the play, which is, they're kind of saying also, I'm glad I took the play, right? But yeah, stuff like that can make you kind of not interested in trading. It happens to me too. When if I'm having a tough day and I see other traders doing really well, right, can make me either overly aggressive, looking to kind of catch up to them because I'm feeling competitive or whatever, or just kind of want to like call it a day. So really good job if you played it on the second entry. Of course, good job if you played the first one. But to play the second one, stay focused, good job, and wait for the next one. Not just jump in late or take a play an entry that is extended and not near, not having a good setup. So really, really good job on the PBYI today. I thought for the room management should have been better. All right, but we'll do better on the next one. Okay, the other thing I saw from the room today that I thought was good was that I gave an idea on the NIO. I wasn't sure how much it was going to move, and the market was staying pretty weak. So I gave an idea to play over 170, okay, over this base, and then put the stop here, 167. Okay, so that was the play, very tight stop. It kind of got going initially and then started to struggle here. And so, someone asked me, can I just get out of this NIO? Can I just kill it? Because it basically got close to the stop, but it didn't take out the stop. Maybe I can save 2 pennies on this, or a penny or two by killing it early, right? And so we talked about it, and I said, you can save a penny or two, but what could you miss out on, right? And maybe theoretically it would be infinite because this is where he was playing it long and you could go to any number. But realistically, some maybe 5-10 cents, right? And you're trying to save 1 cent, right? You may get away with it this time, but if you're playing a winning strategy and winning plays, over time, it's going to catch up to you. You may get a couple of them right by getting out early, but the one that you get wrong will more than cost you what you saved by getting out early. Okay, so I said, look, you can save a couple pennies, but how are you going to feel when this goes up and breaks new highs and is at 175 or 176, right? You're looking to save a penny or two. What are you going to miss out on? Okay, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me to want to get out of it early just to save a penny or two, right? We're initially aiming for, 4 or 5 cents, right, as profit, okay, per share. So he said, okay, yep, that's good. That makes sense. All right. And so, talking through that, right, I think allowed him to stick with it and resulting in a much better play, obviously. That we're talking about a loser versus a winner. Now, there will be times where you kill it early in here because and it does end up failing. And you're like, well, see, I could tell it was going to fail because it tried to go up and then it didn't really move up to the new highs, or the market's weak, right? We talked about this, all the different things that you can come up with, right, in the moment to say, I should just get out of it. I should just kill the play, right, and not stick with it. You can come up with lots of reasons. There's going to be Fed chairman speaking soon, the market's too weak, all these things to deviate. But how are you going to feel, right, when the play works? Now, that's only if you know that you're playing a consistently profitable strategy and entry. If you're playing a strategy and entry that is a low expectancy, that typically doesn't work, that typically doesn't give you good reward to risk, then killing the play early is actually only hiding the problem, right? It's actually going to keep you alive longer, but you're actually still on the general decline, okay? But if you're playing something, that it's a positive expectancy, that the plays generally work, then those are the ones you want to be as consistent with your management as you can. Okay, so saw some good things from the room. These are the kind of things that even when you're really good at reading charts, even when you have good strategies and good entries and good pattern recognition and all these things, that can still trip you up, right? I know for the longest time, the thing that held me back is getting out of my plays too early. Whether the play wasn't going and I was getting impatient, or it only went a little bit and I thought, well, it could give it all back, so I get out. And then I miss out on the big play. Okay? And so these are the kind of things that even if we understand what we're doing, sometimes the emotions can get in the way, right? And that could be, I missed the play, right? And now, I'm not going to be able to catch anything and giving up early, right? Or the play's not going as fast as I would have liked, or the market's weak and I'm getting impatient, right? I should just get out, right? Those kind of things, right? Keep us from really reaching our goals as traders and really becoming the best traders that we can be. So I saw some really good growth from these couple traders, which I know both of them. We've been working together in the room as well as in coaching, so I was really happy to see that. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to give these guys a little bit of a good job. Okay. All right, so hopefully you did well today, right? The PBYI was the only official call from me, but there were a lot of things, especially to the short side because the market was weak, okay? And going into tomorrow, right, expect rallies to get sold, okay? Because we are going to be bearish going into tomorrow. All right, hope you did well today. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. All right, have a good evening.